Hello friends! Hello. My name is Janessa Oriel and I'm the head of community here at Sell with Amy, and today we are going to go a little deep, right? Because I like to have these conversations, they make me happy. I like to be able to chat with you about where your current goals are, what you're currently working on, and I feel like today's topic can apply no matter where you're at in the process. I'm keeping an eye on my stats and it looks as though things are a little bit slow, but we're just going to roll with it. I hope everything goes okay. If it's not, then we will go ahead and start over. But for right now, we're just going to go and roll with what we have. So what I wanted to chat with you today is about customer service and marketing, right? Customer service meaning once you've made a purchase, let's talk from the customer's perspective first. Once you've made a purchase, how would you like to see that company follow through and connect with you regarding your purchase, whether you like it or don't, whether you have a problem with that order or whatever you purchased, and also just genuinely how does the company treat you after you've made a purchase, right? After you've spent some dollars with them. Additionally, I wanted to talk through the marketing end. Marketing is whether you have purchased something or not. How does a company share offers, incentives, rewards, programs, opportunity, right? Hosting opportunities, being able to share to entice you to spend dollars or do something, okay? So marketing and customer service. Now, flipping it, as you are currently in sales, you do both of those things. One of the reasons why we know that is because you've downloaded the Sell with Amy app, which literally says Sell with Amy. But also, you are providing a level of customer service that is an ideal situation. It's relationship-based, it's one-on-one, it's not intended to be a mass message type situation. And then when you market to individuals, we make it so you can quickly and easily share out products. You can quickly and easily share out products individually, so your customers don't have to go and find things out. You can share conversations. You can get to know your customers, build the relationships, which, as we know, when you do it right, typically customers order more. Consultants who actually use Sell with Amy on a consistent basis have earned 34% more in commissions on average. If you're doing that, congratulations. If you downloaded the app and maybe haven't looked back at it in a while, or it's literally a monkey on your back or on your shoulder, right? Then it now might be the time to reevaluate that. But the reason I bring it up today is because I wanted to be able to chat through what are you providing the customer service that you want to receive. It's interesting because we actually reach out to individuals, some individuals after they download the app to say, is there anything else that you need, or is there anything that we could help you with? And being in customer service, right? We've seen some interesting, a lot of people ignore, just like when you reach out to your customers, a lot of times people ignore you, which is fine. One of the interesting things is some people get crabby and they don't necessarily want to be connected with, and that's okay. It's okay to be crabby and not want to be connected with. It's totally understandable. But when you're in an industry where customer service reigns supreme, you want to make sure that you are providing the level of customer service above and beyond your customers' expectations, ideally without being spammy or annoying. Now, for some reason, I can't see comments, and that's okay. We're just going to roll with it. I'm going to actually see if I can pop them up. But I wanted to encourage you, if maybe when someone's reaching out to offer support, or maybe if your customer connects with you, you look for that opportunity to get to know your people, get to know a little bit more about them, create an excuse to add something to your contacts notes. So for example, if I were to go in here and I were to want to pull up and add notes, right? Look for an opportunity in your conversations to be able to gather more information about your customers, so later on potentially you can surprise and delight them, right? Notes will actually show up when you go to do a to-do. Also, in providing that customer service, let's say that you get to, now this one, I want to make sure I'm pointing in the right spot, right here, re-engage past customers, okay? If you come across this to-do, for example, this to-do gives a lot of people anxiety, and I want to ask why. Why is it creating anxiety for you to connect with someone who hasn't made a purchase from you in 3 years? So in this example, I could just reach out. I last reached out last year, right? It's going to show me all this information, so that way I have the ability to review it and again build those relationships. So I might want to say, hey Louie, how are you doing? What have you been up to? Connect and engage with your customers in a real and effective way. And if you aren't doing that, especially, let's say maybe you received a customer from somewhere else. Maybe you received a customer from corporate. Maybe you don't know anything about that customer. But if you're reaching out with marketing messages without genuinely knowing what their experience is with your company, that's not an ideal situation, right? Like, think about that. Yes, you're sharing it and you have that contact in Sell with Amy, and that's awesome. But you want to make sure that, now this wouldn't be that same example because obviously, but if there's someone new in your profile, or you're not sure where they came from, or maybe it's just been so long, or you haven't developed that relationship, make sure to get to know, who is this person? What do they like that your company has to offer? Why are they intrigued? Have they purchased more than once? What are their favorite things? What category can you offer them? If you had collections, right? If you have collections here, what collection are they interested in, right? So for example, maybe they have teens and tweens and they buy for their teens and tweens, but they also want things for their home, right? So in this example, I could update what collections they tend to buy from. Get to know your customers so that way you can make sure to offer the appropriate items. So that way you're not necessarily going to be sending things that are the host favorites. That's probably not the best example, but maybe you don't necessarily want to send them bath items, right? So you can actually highlight and make sure that when you're going through your marketing, you're not sending the same marketing message to every single person. You should know your customers enough to know which categories they like. You can make sure to send different collections, but you can also, if we were to go in here, let's say that I could go ahead and I could list this individual as a connector, and I could add categories into here. So if I wanted to say tweens and teens, these can match the collections that you've created. Done, or return. There we go. And maybe we talked about for the home, right? So in this example, we're gonna say for the home and tweens and teen, that works really well. You can go through as you reach out to your customers and get to know them, so that way you're specifically marketing to the appropriate people. So when something for the tweens and teens goes on sale, you can reach out to those who are interested in those collections. You can update your collection, you can connect with each of those customers by filtering through. We're gonna do this quick, and I'm hoping it's streaming well, so you have the opportunity to see it. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe, friends. But I'm going to go ahead and go through my categories, and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look for my tweens and teens, and we just applied it, so we know we only have one contact in there. But if something for the tweens and teens went on sale, you can see I would obviously reach out to Aubrey here, but I would connect with the other individuals who have expressed interest in that previously. Are you seeing how all these things go together and really tailor the experience for your customers, so that way when you get a reach out from them, it's not a harsh ignore or no thank you. Like, you want to make sure that you are sharing things with them that are relevant to them. So I am going to see if I can actually see comments here. I'd love to hear your thoughts, because we went through collections, filtering, notes. We went through what do you do when you freeze up because it's been forever since you've connected with a customer. We put message templates in there so that way you have the opportunity to see what's going on. I have a feeling if I do this, it might actually play. Nope, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. That's okay. So I want you to be aware. I want you to be aware of what you're putting out there. We really want to be able to have you utilize Sell with Amy as a quick and easy opportunity to work with your customers. Oh good, I'm seeing comments when I open it separately. So hi Kim, Tish, and Selena, hello. But for some reason my normal screen is not sharing that with me. It's okay. What I wanted to specify is, again, we went over a lot. We went over reaching out to cold contacts or people it's been a long time since you've reached out to them. Make sure your message template is open and genuine and isn't forcing product, but instead asking what their opinion is. Because if your company has frequent opportunities to reach out to your customers, frequent sales, things to feature, other opportunities to create a fuss, right? Maybe there's a limited time offer that your company has available, and so you want to make sure to share that with your customers. That can become very overwhelming from a customer perspective unless you're reaching out to the customers that those items are relevant for. And if you can start to make that turn, and instead of saying, I want to talk to everyone, instead saying, I want to talk to the people that would genuinely be interested in this, your sales will do phenomenally, because you will not necessarily be reaching out to them to the point that they block your number or hide you, right? But it also allows you to make sure that you are having real conversations. It also allows you to, after you've tackled the to-dos in the app, after you've tackled the few minutes, if you spend 3 to 5 minutes a day in the app and log the orders that you have, spend that time here, it frees you up to be able to build relationships with, whether they're your customers or not, with others, right? It's not this monkey sitting on your back if you tackle it early on. So I hope this was helpful. Drop what you learned in the comments below. I'd love to be able to read that and hear that. And I am excited, guys. It's the end of February, 2 months down almost. We're cheering you on for month end, and we look forward to seeing you next week in March for Live with Amy here in the Sell with Amy community. Thanks so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, friends. Rock the rest of February.